Hey y'all, so before I get this video started, let me give a quick shout out. These were the first 3 comments in my last video. If you want to be featured in my next video, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell and come show me some love when I drop a new video. What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka CoachKe, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's time to do my April budget. It's actually April 2nd right now as of me putting this video out. My budget doesn't actually start until the 8th, but the reason I wanted to go ahead and put this out now is because I am going to be doing a mock budget this month. So originally I was really questioning whether I should still be putting out budgets at all, you know, if I should do mock budgets again, just, you know, with the times that are going on, trying to be sensitive to people, because I do know a lot of people have lost their incomes, but I also feel like it would be extremely irresponsible of me to not continue to provide guidance for those who do still have an income that they need to budget during these times. So if you are interested in me featuring your budget for my mock budget, that should come out tomorrow, so make sure you get the information to me as soon as possible. What I need from you, I need you to email me at KeAmber@KeAmberVaughn.com. There's information that I will need from you. I will need what your exact pay dates are. So like I get paid on April 8th and the 22nd. I need you to tell me what the exact dates are for your April budget. I need you to tell me the exact amounts, or if you get paid hourly, you know, and sometimes your hours may vary based on like overtime or whatever. Just give me the basis of what you typically get paid on your check with no overtime, or if you already know what your check will be because you've been working overtime and stuff, go ahead and give me that information. The next thing I will need is I need the exact dates of all of your bills, okay? And with your bills, if there are debt payments, like let's say a credit card bill, I need what the minimums are, not what you typically pay. So if the minimum is $20 and you typically pay $100, I need you to write down $20. The other thing I need for you to do is kind of estimate for me what you typically pay for groceries, for eating out. If you typically put those together, that's fine. Just basically what you typically pay for your budgeted variable expenses, these kind of things right here. You don't even have to list them out separately. Just tell me about how much you pay per month in these variable expenses there, and that will be that. So now that that spiel is over, also make sure that if you do submit your information, in case I need some additional information from you, please make sure that you're kind of standing by your email this evening as well as tomorrow morning, because I'll be recording it probably around like 11 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, Friday. So okay, yeah, now that that spiel is over, let's get into my particular budget. So my April budget will end up going from April 8th until May 5th, because I go based off of the first pay dates in the month until the day before the first pay dates of the following month. So my dates are a little bit off. As you guys can see, I'm not a decorative planner whatsoever. I do have a couple of savings pigs there, because whatever amount I save from those paychecks, I will write those in. I'm going to end up writing whatever my savings goal is in there. My nephew will be turning 2 on April 10th, so I have to take that into account. My typical bills are in $129.66 for car insurance, $30 for the travel club, $20 for the stock club that I'm in, and then we have health insurance at $165.22, dental insurance at $954, and then rent of $300. I'm going to continue putting this into every budget until it actually starts, because it's kind of up in the air as far as when it's going to start, because at some point we will be losing a person in this household, so me and my sister will have to kind of step up and help my mom. So that's that. Okay, so let's get into the budget here, and I am going to keep you guys zoomed out for just a bit, and then I'm going to zoom you guys in. So the first thing that I do when it comes to my budget is figuring out, first closing out the ad in the calculator app. So first I need to figure out what the total is for my fixed expenses. So we have 300, 954, 165.22, 129.66, 30, and 20. I don't have Amazon Prime this month. What ended up happening was last month when I was writing all of this out, I didn't realize that I was in the wrong month until after I had done this part in permanent pen, which is why I never use permanent pen. So that's why you guys see the wrong dates and stuff up there, because it was actually supposed to go on this page here. So Amazon Prime was actually last month. I need to get some whiteout or something. So that means that my total for fixed expenses is $654.42. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into my projected income. So typically every 2 weeks I earn $1166.38. So that means my income is $23.32, which by American standard is considered low income. So the other thing that I have is YouTube, which I told you guys in a previous video, my YouTube income is decreasing drastically. Of course, with the coronavirus stuff going on, you know, companies are pulling ads, but then also my personal like views and stuff have gone down as well. So I mean, it is what it is. I've been doing a lot of changes to my channel and that's the result, but these are changes that I think will help me in the long run, and if it doesn't, that's okay. That's what business is all about. You test things out, you change things, you go back to what you were doing before, all of those different things. But for me, I made those changes so that I could stay sane and I could stay consistent. Okay, so of this $157.94, I'm gonna actually take out 20% taxes, which even though I have like probably over $7,000 in my tax account right now, I just continue to save 20% just in case. I have not filed my taxes for last year yet. The taxes are gonna be $31.58. So $157.94 minus $31.58 is going to leave me with $126.36. So I'm just going to add that to my income from my job. And sorry, the trash people are outside right now. So $24.59.12. At this point, I am going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. Okay, no, that isn't trash people. Sound like they're doing something with trees or something. I'm not sure. Sorry if you guys can hear that. Okay, so $24.59.12 is going to be my income. After that, I'm going to go ahead and subtract my fixed Ooh, girl, can we write in the box? I'm going to subtract my fixed expenses. And the reason why I do that is because based on the income allocation method that I use, that I created myself, I basically want to know how much money I have left over after paying for my fixed expenses, because for me, paying my bills is a priority because I like my credit score and I don't like owing people. So let's go ahead and subtract that $654.42. That's going to leave me with $1804.70, and from here, this net income is what I have left over to pay for my variable expenses. So I'm going to keep that amount in my checking to pay for my variable expenses, a certain percentage of this, and then whatever's left over gets split off in between my savings and debt if I was still in debt. But I have been debt free almost 2 full years, you guys. I can't wait to make the video next month about that particular journey. So I'm not really sure exactly yet what I'm going to do with my savings this month. You guys know this past month and the month before, I was putting money off into my investment accounts, but I have like $800 like sitting in there waiting to be invested, and I don't know how soon my price alerts will get hit for where I want to buy in at. So I don't think it's important for me to continue putting money in there if it's just going to sit and not be used. Like, I can always just take it out of my savings where it's actually accruing interest for the meantime, if that makes sense. Okay, so to figure out the percentage of my checking, or the percentage of my net income that's going to stay in my checking account for these variable expenses, I first, of course, have to add the variable expenses up. So we have $300 for groceries. I think that's pretty good. I spent like $230 this month so far. $100 for personal household. That's like stuff for my hair, toothpaste, things like that. I'm gonna bump my restaurants down from $125 to $75 because with this pandemic that's going around, you know, we can't really eat out, and mainly everything is takeout, and I don't really do a whole lot of like takeout at restaurants anyway. I do like more drive-through at a fast food restaurant or sitting down with my family to go out to eat, that kind of thing. So I'm only gonna do $75 for gas. I'm gonna do $80. I probably need less than that, but we're just gonna stick with $80. Shopping is gonna be $100, and I probably can reduce that even more, really, because we can't really go to certain places like a Ross or something to shop for clothes because that's closed. But I'm gonna keep it at $100. Miscellaneous, I'm gonna do $100. I reduced that by quite a bit. I think about $50 or so, because again, with miscellaneous, whenever I'm going out to eat with my family, I'll typically take it out of miscellaneous. And then I only have the one birthday, which is my nephew, so we'll do that. Supplements, I only have to buy my hormonal supplement. And then business, I'm gonna do $200 because I think I want to get a new mic for my other camera. So that means my total budgeted expenses is gonna be $995. So in order to figure out the percentage of my net income that's gonna have to stay in my checking for these expenses, I'm just gonna divide the $995 by the $1,804.70, which is my net income. And that means that 55% needs to stay in my checking. Now, because it's 55.1, I'm gonna round up to the nearest 5%, because if I only do 55% and I spend, well, if I only do 55% but I actually spend the entire 55.1%, that means I'll end up over budget, if that makes sense. And you always want to overestimate your expenses. So I'm gonna actually do 60%. So to figure out that number, I'm just gonna literally multiply this by 60%. Oh, yeah. I got a little dyslexic at the, for a moment. I'm like, 1802, how? Not bad. So $1,082.82. And you guys see, that's going to be enough to cover all of my variable expenses, okay? So I'm going to do this, and then we're going to do the monthly paycheck to paycheck budget, and then we'll be done. So to figure out the percentage for my savings, I'm going to subtract this is the net income, and then I'm going to subtract what I need for my variable expenses. That means that I'll be able to save $721.88. Okay, so last but not least, let's go ahead and get into the paycheck to paycheck budget. So as you guys know, I do a paycheck to paycheck budget on each of my paydays, but what I also do is I do a monthly paycheck to paycheck budget, because I like to see an overview of like, how is my month gonna go if I were to, you know, pay my bills on the days that they're due, have the amount that I have for my gas and groceries and stuff like that. Am I going to be negative on certain paychecks? Am I going to be more positive than other on one paycheck versus the other? I like to see everything at a glance, so that if I am negative on one paycheck, like projected, then I know that, hey, I might need to make sure I control my spending a little bit more with this paycheck versus another. So my budget for the month for variable expenses is $995. If I divide that in half, that means that each paycheck is $497.5 or 50 cents. So first paycheck here is going to be $1166.38. And the only thing that I have due here is my car insurance. bill. And that is $129.66. And then of course I have the budget of $497.50. Now here is my YouTube check, and the YouTube check is going to be $157.94. And the only thing that I do with this check is literally just take out the taxes. I don't pay any specific bill or anything with it. So that's going to be that $31.58 that we talked about earlier here. Okay, so for this paycheck, I'm going to have the travel club, and it's again $1166.38. So the travel club is $30. I'm going to have the stock club of $20. And then we have rent of $300. We are going to have health insurance of $165.22. And then I also have dental insurance at $9.54. And then of course we have the budget of $497.50. So you guys can see that here with the rent being $300 and me having my budgeted expenses, I could balance this out because I also have my health insurance here as well. I could, if I wanted to, balance this out and say, oh, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and save $150 in this paycheck off to a savings account. That way with this paycheck, I only have to take $150 from this paycheck, and now I have the whole $300 to give for my rent. But I just don't do that. I have enough money in my checking account as a buffer to be able to handle if I have any negative weeks, which does not come very often. Most of the time when I project to have a negative week, I end up spending significantly less money than what I projected, so it ends up kind of working out. So I'm gonna scooch up just a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this off, y'all, and then we'll be done. So $1166.38. I'm gonna subtract the $129.66. So at this point, what you guys are gonna see me do, and I'm gonna end up speeding this up, is I'm just subtracting each bill and or budgeted expense or taxes from the running total basically, and then we're going to end the video off by taking what I have left over, positive or negative, from each paycheck, and we're going to try to come up with a plan on what we're going to do as far as savings. How much do I want to send here, there, and everywhere? Okay. Sorry for the noise, y'all. I'm sitting on a mat on the floor because my sister now works from home and she's in the computer room that I usually record this stuff in. Okay, so paycheck number one, I have $539.22 left over. My YouTube paycheck, I have the $126.36. And then paycheck two, I only have $144.12. So you guys can see I can project that I'm going to have less money with this paycheck than that one. And of course it's because I have more bills coming out. So if I were to add all of this up, I have $809.70 left over. Now some people end up getting a little bit confused when you see more money left over here then you see what you wrote down for savings here. And just a really quick explanation, the reason there is that slight difference is because remember, for our checking account, remember we had to up that percentage just a little bit. So the difference in this number and that number here is why there's a difference between this number and that one, okay? And just to show you guys what I mean, the 1082.82 minus the 995 is 87.82. If I add that to what I have here, so what I did was I took this minus that, and then I took this plus that difference between those two numbers, And guess what I have left over? Here. So that's why you get the different numbers. Okay, so out of this amount, I think that I want to do like normal. I feel like I'm just gonna do it like normal, what I was doing before I started putting money into my investment account. I do want to fund my trading account a little bit more because I'm projecting that by the time this April budget starts, I would have had my method perfected, and so my trading method perfected. So I do need a little bit more money in my account to be able to trade the instruments that I actually want to trade, and trade them safely with good risk management. Basically, I have the money in there to do it now. But so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, let's take 404.85. Is that gonna be, that should end up being enough? But okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna still just put it in my miscellaneous / investment sinking fund, because what I'm gonna do is when I want to fund my trading account, I'm gonna take it out of this sinking fund. So I'm just gonna use my paychecks for this budget to replenish that money in my sinking fund, basically. So, and I'm actually gonna go round up to 6, because I basically do 50%, 25%, 25%. Okay, so out of this, so 404.84. So that means I'm gonna have 202.42 to put in my car sinking fund, and then 202.42 to put in my travel sinking fund. And that's gonna be that. So yeah, so I hope you guys have any questions. No, that's not what I want to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave them down below. Of course, if you want to be featured in the mock budget, please make sure you submit the stuff tonight so that I can record it tomorrow for the video to come out tomorrow, because I know a lot of you guys' April budgets have either already started or will be starting very, very soon. So please thumbs up this video, subscribe if you haven't already, but other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.